What is going on, everybody? I'm Jabby Kaway, and we've got the Madam Webb trailer here. I have no idea what to expect from this, but I am excited nonetheless. There might be some characters in here that I am less familiar with. Just want to give you a heads up. If you haven't done so already, please do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications. Pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you are enjoying what you're watching. Let's jump right into this. Here we go. Okay.
Come on, get your stuff. Let's go.
Oh goodness.
Let's try that again.
What? Interesting.
A week ago, I spent my life racing against time.
I'm gonna help you out today, okay?
Trying to save people who are running out of it.
Jesse!
Until one moment changed everything.
Come on! Welcome back to the land of the living.
I don't understand what's happening. I've been having visions.
It's perfectly normal.
I was gonna die. I think I'm seeing the future.
New York City's a whole new level of crazy these days.
That guy looks sus. Okay.
New York City's a whole new level of crazy these days.
This is an emergency. Get off the train.
That man's trying to kill you.
What?
Who are you? What is going on? I can see the future.
Oh, what the hell?
She didn't see that coming?
That's not how it works.
I've seen that man before.
So who is he?
Ezekiel Sims. He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
Wait, I recognize you. You live in my building.
You're the paramedic.
Yeah, you almost ran me over. You don't think this is weird? How we're all connected?
It's honestly like the least weird thing that's happened all day.
What do you want from me?
I have no idea what those girls are called.
Why don't you want from
I
Oh.
think he can see into the future.
Are you wanting me?
He's trying to change what happens. Julia, get down!
Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me?
Your future was almost so different.
Where do we go?
If you want to live, you have to trust me.
Get ready. Now!
You're showing off. Maybe a little.
It's almost like Final Destination meets Spider-Man as a girl. I don't know anything about Madam Webb at all. I saw Peter Parker's ex in there somewhere. This is giving me, like I said, Final Destination vibes a little bit. It's probably based on the comic, and I acknowledge that. I don't know how far back the comic to Madam Webb predates Final Destination, but I do think it's neat that you have the combination of that with the spider powers. Also, there is just like the spider sense in general. That's just the thing. But it seems like this is a lot different in the sense of like Peter Parker is kind of aware of things right before it happens and his spider sense goes berserk. Whereas this is like a full-blown premonition of vision of something epic about to go down, like a car crash or a bunch of people dying. The unique thing I like about this, even though I'm not as familiar with these characters, is that horror element that they came right out the gate with. Immediately, there's this sort of frightening element to the whole thing that's the undercurrent to the entire trailer, to the story. It feels a little bit horrifying. Again, that sort of Final Destination sort of vibe. I think that is a unique selling point for this particular superhero that maybe will drive people to watch this more than, you know, what happened with Morbius and so on. You have a team of ladies, the future's female bitches. You have a team of women who are all taking down the man. I don't know who that is. He looks like a bad Spider-Man to me, and I'm like, okay, look, going through my mind of like, who could that possibly be if I have encountered this character before? Who is that guy? I haven't done any research on this. Who is the villain in Madam Web? The main villain in Madam Web, it's unclear why Ezekiel Sims is attacking the 4 women, though he does mention that they need to die because of what they become. It's clear that Sims has seen the future, or at least a variant of potential events. A variant of potential events also speaks to the possibility of multiverse conversation in this story as well. I'm gonna be very honest. I am cautiously optimistic about this story. It looks exciting and thrilling, and it's definitely something different from the usual that we have been getting in our comic book run-of-the-mill stuff, right? It's not that. It's definitely its own thing, but with Morbius and Venom, even though I enjoyed Venom, it's like the quality is not quite the same as you typically. I understand a bunch of people are going to come at me in the comments about like, well, Marvel hasn't even been the same itself. But, you know, just generally speaking with the Sony Marvel stuff, it hasn't always been like the best. You know, obviously Spider-Man No Way Home and the Spider-Man series has been, you know, stellar for the most part. But when it comes to the, you know, spin-off stuff or the other characters that are sort of related to Spider-Man, it hasn't been at its peak, you know what I mean? And so I'm kind of anticipating that the quality might be the same here. My hope is that it's an improvement over Morbius. We obviously haven't seen Kraven yet, so I have no idea what that's about in terms of quality until we actually watch it. You know, it's got me intrigued enough to want to check it out. If I wasn't doing, you know, reviews and reaction videos, I might honestly wait for this to hit streaming instead of running out to go see it. And that's mainly because I'm not as familiar with this character. I don't know who she is. Maybe if I was playing the Spider-Man games actively like Achara, I would be more familiar with these characters. But, you know, as it stands, I'm just kind of like, derp. I think that's important for me to acknowledge, because if I, someone who watches this stuff a lot, have no idea who this person is, and I imagine a lot of you guys watching this reaction are intimately familiar with these characters, but if I don't know who this is, that means a lot of people aren't going to know who this is, right? If I don't know who this character is, why am I going to go watch this movie? And it's just a new, exciting superhero thing, and we have been talking a lot about superhero fatigue lately. I think more specifically, Marvel fatigue has been the conversation that's been coming up in the zeitgeist, but I think superhero fatigue is also fair to state. And so with that in mind, why do I want to go see this? The Marvels just dropped. The turnout for that hasn't been fantastic. It's like, okay, so, you know, as a common viewer, like, am I going to go to Rotten Tomatoes before buying a ticket to go watch the film necessarily? Right? The thing is, like, the Marvels has support from the TV shows. So if I wanted to know who those characters are, I can find out before going to watch the film. This doesn't have that. This is strictly on its own merits, right? So is the common person going to go watch this film? That's the important question, because they haven't teased us Peter Parker, any of them. They haven't teased us a direct connection to No Way Home in terms of something visual, other than like something, you know, said. It kind of looks like Spider-Man. The bad guy, to me, kind of looks like a bad Spider-Man. And obviously Madam Web, it just kind of reminds you of Spider-Man, but she's, you know, it's more going on. So maybe that's enough to drive people to go to the theater and check this out. If you don't know who Madam Web is, I would love to know your feelings in the comments below. Does this excite you enough to go spend, you know, I don't know how much a ticket is these days because I use AMC Pass, you know, $20 for a ticket. Is it, or if you and your girlfriend or whatever, a significant other or family, like, is it enough? Is it worth it? Would love to know you guys' feelings in the comments below. How did you feel about this trailer? If you're familiar with these characters, does it live up to the hype, or is it a disappointment? You know, please let me know your feelings in the comments below. Be brutally honest, positive and negative. I'm Jabby Kawai. Peace out.